How did your first child behave after you'd had your second child? Emma was 4 when my son Milo came home from the hospital. I expected the usual stuff, you know? Maybe some tantrums, jealousy, crying when I fed the baby, but Emma just got quiet, really quiet. She'd follow me around the house like this little shadow, always watching but never saying much unless I asked her something directly. I figured she was just taking her time adjusting. Kids process things differently, right? The first real sign something was off came on her 5th birthday. We planned this cute little party, nothing fancy, balloons in the living room, homemade cake, 3 kids from her daycare coming over. But Emma had one request that seemed weird. Milo can't be downstairs during my party, she said, completely serious. He can watch from upstairs. I laughed it off. Come on, he's just a baby. He'll sit in his bouncy seat. But she kept insisting, getting more upset each time I brushed her off. Finally, I just brought him down anyway because I thought she'd forget about it once her friends arrived. Big mistake. During happy birthday, everyone's singing and clapping, and Emma's just staring at Milo in his little seat. Not at the cake, not at her friends, just at him. When it came time to blow out the candles, she didn't move, just stood there frozen. Then she turned around, walked away from the whole party, and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "He can have my birthday. He gets everything else anyway." The room went dead silent. Her friends looked confused, the other parents looked uncomfortable, and I felt this pit in my stomach. After everyone left, I sat her down on her bed with her new toys scattered around. That's when she said something that absolutely floored me. "You replaced me, Mommy. You needed a new baby because I wasn't good enough." I tried explaining that wasn't true, that we had room in our hearts for both of them. All that stuff you're supposed to say, but she just nodded like she was humoring me and went back to playing with her dolls. Over the next few weeks, weird things started happening around the house. Milo's pacifiers would go missing. I'd find them behind the fridge, under the couch, places they couldn't have just fallen. His favorite toy would disappear from his crib and turn up buried in the backyard sandbox. Then diapers started getting flushed down the toilet, not used ones, clean ones right from the package. Our plumbing backed up twice before I figured out what was happening. Emma never threw fits about any of this. She was calm, helpful even. She'd offer to help look for missing pacifiers, ask if she could help with laundry when I was rewashing Milo's clothes that mysteriously got dirty. The night that really scared me, I heard whispering through the baby monitor around midnight. I crept upstairs and found Emma standing next to Milo's crib, talking to him in this soft, gentle voice. "If you weren't here, everything would be happy again," she was saying. "Mommy would have time for me. Daddy wouldn't be so tired. We could go to the park without bringing all your stuff." She wasn't being mean or threatening. She sounded like she was explaining something obvious to him, like telling him the sky is blue. The next morning, I called our pediatrician and got a referral to a child psychologist. The first session was just me and the therapist, Dr. Kim, talking about what had been happening. She called it silent displacement syndrome. Emma didn't understand that love could grow to include 2 kids. In her mind, love was like a pie, and Milo's arrival meant she got a smaller slice. She thought love had been transferred from her to him, not shared between them. The therapy took months. Emma had to learn that feelings could be complicated, that being sad about sharing attention didn't make her bad, that Milo wasn't her enemy. But the real breakthrough came when Dr. Kim pointed out something I hadn't realized. Since Milo was born, Emma and I hadn't spent any solo time together. Everything was family time, or me juggling both kids. So we started having Emma and Mommy afternoons, just us, doing whatever she wanted. Sometimes we'd go get ice cream and sit in the car talking. Sometimes we'd paint her nails while Daddy watched Milo. The first time we did this, she was quiet for the whole car ride. Finally, as we were walking into the store, she grabbed my hand and said, "Are you going to tell me about Milo the whole time?" When I promised it would just be about her, she smiled for the first time in weeks. It took almost a year, but Emma slowly started acting like herself again. She'd still have moments where she'd get upset about sharing toys or attention, but she stopped hiding Milo's things. She even started reading him stories before bedtime.